It off in the bottom of the 7th against Indiana to get to this point in the semis, which begs the question, what happens here today? It's number 2 versus number 3 in our first of 2 semifinals. Jordy Bahl getting ready. She's the Big Ten Pitcher and Player of the Year and taking on a very, very talented UCLA Bruin team for the second time here this year. First player in Big Ten history to win Player and Pitcher of the Year in the same season. Wouldn't it be Jordy Bahl to do that? And she is the first batter chasing the high one. And just like that, the Player and Pitcher of the Year is sat down on strike. Pitcher, even beyond all that, she was last year's Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, operating solely as a pitcher. And a much different first couple of at-bats.
To really go and attack with that rise ball. You know, that blended curveball that kind of curves up and in on the hands.
Another strikeout. Terry is cooking. Mentioned Taylor Tinsley went 6 innings in that run rule win. She was the only pitcher UCLA showed Nebraska that day. A high ball inside, and the runner goes, and the throw is there. Mojica, the starting catcher here today, knocks out Bland at second base.
How about a bullet all the way down to... Ultimately, you're in the beginning of your season. You have to think about, you know, does it matter for RPI purposes to win a game like that? Sure, but it matters more in a situation like this to get this W. To jump out of the zone, and it doesn't.
Wow, right back at Bahl, who bats down the ball. Pola's on the run. Safe at first. But an athletic play, even to make it close.
Make it in the web of her glove, and still, great attempt. Closer play than maybe it should have been.
Ground ball that's foul. You know, Sammy Bland was ready to field it there at third base.
Up the middle, and giving credit to Jordy Bahl. Athleticism is not something we know she doesn't have. She's phenomenal there.
A driven shot by Woolery. And here comes Pola towards home. UCLA's on the board. Woolery with the first RBI.
Jordan Woolery in the heart of this lineup is the first of 2 hitters between her and Megan Grant that you have to be careful of, and because of this, they're just so powerful. Woolery barrels this ball up and drives it into the gap. You can see a strike on the outside part of the plate. Pola is able to score. So when you think about it that way, there's a lot of duos in UCLA that you could think of. You know, to me, Maya Brady is part of a duo. I'd have to think of the second part of that duo, but Maya Brady in terms of power would be one that I would think of as most recent. You can see it just hit the edge of that handguard to me. Watch the handguard kind of shake as the ball gets a little bit closer. Right there.
The previous play is under further review.
It's called call.
All right, the call is overturned, and so Grant will take her base. A hit by pitch.
And use it.
Alexis Ramirez now in the DP spot in this lineup. A slow dribbler back to Bahl. Almost she was swinging away, but just like effective, like a sacrificed bunt as the runners move over to second and third.
Bottom of this lineup, an opportunity to make things happen. Slimp, one of these freshmen that has done a lot of good there in the lineup.
And Slimp doesn't waste any time, but a diving catch. Squire gets it in left field to end the inning.
Just at bat. I'm Terry, I'm throwing that again, even a 2-2.
Hard ground ball, backhanded stab by Grant. And the first out of the inning.
Deliver it.
And she takes one to left field. It drops right in front of Slimp for a single.
Off of Jordy Bahl, so to get that last out was huge.
That pitch into the dirt, it allows Kammenson to advance over to second base.
take a little bit of that momentum away, and now you get a runner on base here, tie this game up. That's the kind of battle you're expecting here between these two seeds.
Wild pitch, it's ruled, and Squire strikes out.
It was what Hannah Kamenzen hit. Got her on base, but a good introduction here.
Wow, that was over her head, and she went for it. 4 strikeouts.
Big Ten tournament, and they did. They looked to attack. They were aggressive.
Blows it past Bragg, and it's the 2nd strikeout of the day.
Get that 2-2, you know, spin of a pitch, movement of a pitch.
Here's the 0-2. Oh. Now she's got the heat going. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Both of these hitters know how to make it happen.
And Terry, a slow bouncer there to Ball, who rips the throw over to first base. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ball and Nebraska. Put it on a shirt there for Rhonda, and they were celebrating 50 years of softball last weekend in the regular season. Ava Bredwell grounds out. A 5-3 put out there for UCLA.
Either have to manage their zone better or they have to find a way to get on top of the ball. And no doubt about it, a rise ball pitcher here, right? Catch up to that rise ball or don't swing at it. That's the reality of it. Swinging underneath it again there is Lauren Kamenzen. I still look back, and as good as Nebraska is this year, they would not be in the position they are. They would not be as successful as they were without her.
She's struggling, though, today, and Terry right now has her number.
It tumbles lower in that zone. It gets Clements out on her front foot.
And then she changes speed.
Grab that corner. I liked it.
And Pola again pulls that one to right field. So an infield single runs. Hit her on the left leg as she crumbles down to the dirt. You know, it was something that Woolery ended up winning it over Megan Grant. And it motivated Megan Grant to try to get better. Grant swings and misses and strikes out.
Grant had her eye on it. She's got her barrel underneath it. Not missing by much.
It's Ramirez swinging at the first pitch, ground ball to Bland.
Yeah, she's been fun to watch. Just her movement, to me, has been elite.
Look at this, a high fly ball to right field. And Sammy Bland.
Pass when you have the 1 or 2, or the 1 seed that wins, and 2 seed that wins all the time. It's because the strength is up there.
And walked her. 2 walks to 7 strikeouts here today. Ball, Ava Kuzak on the first team. As we've talked about, Ball named player and pitcher of the year. Goes upstairs once again. And it's strikeout number 8. And slip the ground ball to Kamenzen. 2. And Bragg connects, but another slow dribbler. Top play to make, gets her. Kuzak with the throw, Bacon with the stretch. Second challenge here for UCLA. Each team gets 2 challenges in a game.
So this is an instance to me where both challenges beneficial for UCLA, necessary for them. They won. To me, if you win them, you should get them back.
Yep, so UCLA has won. Some speed on the base pass and some power at the plate. It is gone. Mojica tags Jordy Paul. ball for a 2-run shot.
For 0-0, Sophia Mujica.
Talk about power. Just great extension, a pitch belt high.
55.
This one just trails way too far over the heart of the plate. You're used to seeing ball hit those corners a little bit better. Mujica finding a way to continue to put the barrel on the ball. Played some runs.
It's Bella Bacon taking care of the ground ball. Gets Clemens looking.
Lower, knee height.
Squire pops it up. 2 Bruins challenging. And the catch is made with both Pola
and strikes in the upper third.
Outside corner, caught it. And caught Bella Bacon looking.
The end.
First pitch, and Bredwell gets through the infield.
To me, not necessarily in the zone, but something low in the zone or even a changeup.
7th pitch of that at bat and finally ends it. And Lauren Camazon strikes out for the 2nd time. The 2-2 from Ball. Hard ground ball to center field and through the infield.
Gotta mix the speeds on her.
And through the 5-6 hole, back-to-back singles now for this Bruin offense. Here with no outs. Contrast that to her 23 home runs. And it happens again. Back-to-back strikeout.
But still enough barrel control to foul it off.
Strikes her out. So she strikes out Grant, and she strikes out Ramirez.
To me, a good opportunity to get that screwball for a chase here if you can get Slim to swing at it off the plate here.
She was ahead of it. 3 straight strikeouts, and Ball gets out of the...
Commander Ravel says solution-oriented about making fixes and being quick to make changes. Why would you not do that with hitting?
She's got 3 at-bats and 3 strikeouts. Caitlin Terry. Sammy Bland, hard hit ball. And she's connected a couple of times, flew out to right field in the 4th inning.
Terry is doing a great job tunneling those 2 pitches.
And Kuzak gets her first hit against Terry here today. On a full count.
By Olivia DiNardo. Sit back.
Got her looking. Didn't even attempt to swing on that. Next innings, Terry has gotten at least 2 strikeouts. She has been remarkable. Camazon gives it a ride over to right field. It's off the wall. Bland scores. Kuzak coming around. And Nebraska has cut the lead to 1. All of a sudden,
Camazon, her 2nd hit. She got a strikeout her last at bat, but she just found a way to get her barrel on this. Another batter in this lineup that, to me, I thought has had some good at-bats, a good approach to this pitch, something up in the zone, but she caught up with it. She found a way to get her barrel on top.
including against some of your best hitters. Oh, it's a fair ball, and one hopper handled by Woolery. What a play! The infield single, and Bragg. Oh, it's gone. Look at Bragg about that one. A trot around the bases, and UCLA up 4-2.
And that was a huge statement to come back after a couple runs were scored for the Huskers, to come back out on offense with one swing of the bat, put another run back on the board. Here, this first at bat in this inning, an off speed that hangs. It's not low, doesn't have the tumble that Jordy Ball's changeups typically have. Kanaya Bragg sees it, is on time, and just sends it over the fence.
A home run by the number 7 hitter and by the number 8 hitter. Mujica flies out.
Just wanting to get out there and be tough and take care of the job. Game face on.
And Ball strikes her out. It's a nice little competition here between these. Tupola, who is the leadoff batter in that game. One of the few times she wasn't in the leadoff spot. And Clements, a hard hit ball for a single and a 2-out single, and UCLA keeps this inning alive.
Play.
Strikes her out. And Jordy Ball now with 11 strikeouts here on the day. Opponent than today, but you know, that bottom of the order, it was Abby Squire who had a triple. Ava Breadwell had a 2 RBI single in that first inning to get things going, and it is a ground ball out for Bacon. And now
Batter's box at this point.
Breadwell pops it up, and Grant handles no problem. And now down to its final out.
It's not where the catcher catches it, Mujica. It's where it crosses the batter.
13 strikeouts. Caitlin Terry, the sophomore, has been sensational. And there may be a championship brewing. The UCLA Bruins are off to the Big Ten tournament title game.
Yeah, she didn't get that strikeout, so she went with the high heat. She was phenomenal today, Caitlin Terry. Command all game long. She was on a mission, you could see it. And her hitters came through. Good offensive power, just finding a way to plate some runs throughout the entire game. Caitlin Terry, man, she gave her team a chance to win today.
7:48 p.m. Once again, first pitch for Michigan and Purdue, 7:40.